Aha!
Hello, we're doing the roll cage today. Yeah, it's a proper safety devices one. I've just decided to paint it pink. It was in a bit of a state when I bought it off, I think it was off eBay. Can you see me? There we go, that's better, or maybe not. Yeah, I bought it off eBay. It's a bit rusty. I had to sand it down and grind a few bits of rust off. Come up all right, but I've fitted these before and I freaking hate fitting them because you just can't get them in, especially the one at the back. I know you can put straps round and ratchet the legs together and stand upside down and turn yourself inside out. I just can't be bothered with the hassle. So I've cut the back one in half. But what I've done is I've double sleeved it. There's a locator step steel tube in there and some threaded bolt holes for bolting over this aerospace engineered sleeve. It really is tight. That's the problem with it. I've got to put it all the way on to get a nice even joint in the middle, and it could scratch some of the paint off, but I weren't too fussed about the paint on this because most of it's going to get covered in padding anyway. Because the last thing you want to do is headbutt a roll cage when it's in the car. But yeah, I've decided to go for it that way, this overlapping sleeve, and that will get nut and bolted together. So I shouldn't have affected the strength of it that much. It's about 12 inches long, that piece of steel tube. But yeah, it's pink. It's called bubblegum pink. There's the one that goes where your sun visors are supposed to go across the front. Show the other legs. There's the front legs. What I'm going to do is, before I bolt it down, I'm going to put some closed cell foam padding on these plates. It's only thin stuff. It'll just stop the thing creaking. I might stop Might stop some of the rust if it gets wet down there. But what I've done here is from a previous video, I think, maybe, I don't know. I've threaded the loom through so it goes over the top of the door. Just couldn't get the loom to go across the doors any other way. It's too tight up there. You know, you're supposed to come up the A-pillar there and across. Because I've got this fiberglass roof on and it's all kind of bonded on, it's kind of restricted me getting the wiring across. So I've brought it through the tube and it should be able to sneak out where it connects onto the back part of the roll cage. The car's sitting a bit better. Those front cones on the front, those new ones, with the high-low set at the maximum, or the minimum rather, it was sitting like a dragster, but I think they're starting to sink a little bit now. So it's sitting a little bit flatter. I've also had to make, because the roll cage didn't come with it, I had to make these plates. You get the two front ones down in the front footwells. You got the two on the arch at the back, which I had to bend to follow the line of the wheel arch, and then you've got the two down in the bins at the back, which bolt down through to the sill. So I've had to make those. You can buy them, but they cost an arm and a leg. My motto is, if you can make them yourself, make them yourself. So yeah, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get some of that foam put on the feet, and then I'm just gonna nut and bolt this roll cage in there, get it out of the way, because it's just hanging around. I keep clattering into it all the time. So I'll come back and we'll get this roll cage fitted in. Catch you in a bit. Yeah, so was that any easier, cutting this rear roll cage in half and getting it in? Well, it was easier to manipulate it into the car and get it tucked down into the companion bins and stuff like that. But it's still a complete and utter ball ache of getting it in there. But it's in. yeah, there's that sleeve connecting it together there. It's bolted together with a couple of M8 bolts at the back. It's bolted down to the wheel arch there, and then bolted down at the bottom of the companion bin down there. All tricky to get to, and you're still fighting against the springiness of the 4 contact points, trying to manoeuvre the holes into position to get the bolts through. If I used M8 bolts bolting it to the shell, it would have probably given me more flexibility than what I've used M10, so you're literally winding the M10 bolts through. You can see them down there. Yeah, so that bottom one there, you're literally winding it through, you're literally threading it through the sandwich of metal. But yeah, 12 M10 bolts hold this rear roll cage into the shell. 3, 6, 9 and 12, and they all have to line up. So doing it on your own is quite difficult, trying to stretch things and move things and prod things through, and it's quite awkward, but it's in. Let's see how we get on with these front ones now, see if they're any easier. So can't believe how easy that went in. Got the loom coming through there. Go down the back, across the roof, and then down there. And we've got that one in. That one in. All the bolts facing the right direction. Use some 30 mils on that, M10s per 30s. Used M10s per 30s all the way around. Just got to bolt that foot down there and tighten up the rest. Yes, I'll come back when I've got them all tightened in. Well, I think we're done. It's in. Let's have a look at it. So it's bolted down at the 2 rear arches, 3 M10 bolts, bolted in down in the companion bins, sleeved and bolted up there at the light, but double bolted there, double bolted there, and there, and there, triple bolted underneath. Those plates are made up in position. So yeah, I wouldn't want to do that every day, and I think once it's in, it's in. The pink's not the best. It's got a bit milky with the lacquer on it, but it's good enough for what it is. Most of it's going to be padded anyway. But I'm hoping it's added some rigidity to the shell. Hopefully this fiberglass roof's going to hold together. Hopefully that's not distorted, because it took some real effort to ping all these bolts into place, even with me splitting it. So it's in. Get on with the next job now, and at least it's out the way. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.